I was born to fish. It's an obsession that consumes my life. As a fishing journo and photographer, I go to the greatest lengths to get the shot. Join me as I travel the world in search of fishing heaven. Barra! Oh, Barra! What?
Coming! Oh, yeah!
This is the one thing I wanted to do more than anything. Until I hooked up. Wetting the line with some of the best fishos on the planet.
Absolute cracker, mate.
Oh yeah! The monster! In fishing, you have your good days and you have your bad days. Drop it in or not? Oh! This is the ultimate bucket list for fishing. Except I'm fighting something bigger than a bucket. Fishing is much more than just catching fish.
Butterfingers.
It's about sharing the adventure with your mates. This has given a whole new meaning to fishing with mates. I'm Al McGlashan, and this is Fishing with Mates. Woohoo! Today, I'm fishing with Jamie. Now, he's a Yamaha pro, and we're fishing off the Florida Space Coast, which is where they launched NASA's shuttles into space. But better still, we've got a really, really special guest coming with us. Well, Jamie, we're picking up a Florida local today.
G'day, mates.
That's what we want to hear.
How you doing, Al?
I'm pretty excited because I've got John McBride coming out with us. Now, he's an astronaut. He's flown a fighter jet in Vietnam, and now he's at the very pinnacle of his career because he's coming fishing with me. John, how are you, mate?
Good day, sir. Good to see you.
Absolutely.
I'm really looking forward to this. Been waiting for it.
Get on board.
Let's go.
Jamie's our skipper.
Jamie, how you doing, skipper?
Doing good.
Good to be you. Good to be with you.
All right, time to catch.
Let's go catch some.
For me, it's really good to take John out and show him what I do. He might have seen it from space, but to actually be out there on the water is something that's really special.
The water's beautiful, but I guess there's some storms coming in.
Yeah, a little bit
the big
ominous,
one right
black,
there,
yeah, a little bit black.
You got to watch out for these afternoon thunderstorms that start to pick up, move in from the west and push into the east.
Right.
So as you can see back there, we've got
Oh, that looks
already,
like a bad one. It's already 20, 30,000 feet tall. Well, I've been in and out of the Cape here in many forms of transportation. Boats, cars, airplanes. I've flown in and out of here a lot. I obviously got to launch from the launch pad just up the road here at the Kennedy Space Center. So it's always nice to get out to sea, though. This is one of the greatest fishing spots in the world.
You know, John is one of those blokes that just, you instantly like him. With this weather coming, most people would be so nervous and be going, oh, I'm not going out there. No, not a problem at all. I suppose he's been to space, so he's done a lot worse than I have. You know what? I reckon that storm's going to nail us. It's just getting closer and closer. But tell us about your space career.
I was very lucky to fly into space with the very first crew of 7.
The 7-person crew is the largest ever to be launched into space by any nation. This is John McBride and Paul Scully Power, and John McBride is the pilot on this particular flight.
The first crew with 2 women, but most importantly, the first crew with an Aussie.
Beautiful.
Paul Scully Power, one of my dear friends to this day.
So what was Paul's job, the Aussie?
Paul has a doctorate in oceanography, so he was our first oceanographer in space.
Crew now leaving the operations and checkout building, led by the 2 women on this flight, and now entering Challenger's cockpit is Paul Scully Power. He was born and educated in Australia.
So we launched in 1984, spent 9 days aboard the Challenger, 9 days in orbit. Our primary purpose up there was to study the Earth.
You really can't fit 7 people in here. Looks a bit crowded, though. Not very much.
So what was your favourite memory in space?
I think it would have to be my first visual look at Earth from space. One of my first jobs as pilot once we get into space is to open the payload bay doors for space activities. So I set up all the computers in the aft part of the cockpit, hit the magic button, and as the doors open, my God, I'm over the middle of the outback.
No way.
Looking straight down on Alice Springs, and when the doors got all the way open, I could see from Perth to Sydney.
How funny, you had the first Aussie on board.
Yeah.
And there you are, and you pull up straight off
But
Australia.
my first vision of Earth, this thing I dreamt about all my life, was over Australia. And I thought my heart was going to absolutely jump out of my chest. I was so excited with
That's
joy.
amazing, isn't
That
it?
was amazing.
Okay. And everybody's up here having fun.
I'm so keen for John to get a fish, but it's starting to build up here and it's going black in the background. But we've promised him a fish. We just have to get one fish.
let me just look at this radar real quick. Yeah, we got a bunch of thunderstorms coming. Sometimes the thunderstorms will come in and they'll just sit right here. You don't want to be out here with lightning, you know, cracking down everywhere. The storms off the coast of here, you know, they're extremely unpredictable. It'll hit right here probably within the next 20 minutes. So we're gonna make our way south.
Yeah, that's really black in there.
I know. They can be dangerous at times if there's a lot of lightning. I don't want to be holding my lightning rod.
I could tell something was wrong when Jamie, the guide, was a little bit nervous about the weather. You know, you could tell he was a bit sort of antsy about it.
Yeah, I'll run to the south, just try to dodge it real quick. You guys ready?
Yeah.
We've got massive storms, 40-knot winds, torrential downpours, and we know we're running south to try and get away from it. However, it doesn't matter how bad the weather gets, because I've got John, an astronaut. He's going to keep us all safe, hopefully. You blokes aren't joking about these storms over here, they're intense.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to Florida.
We're gonna go to a wreck. It's an old tugboat wreck. Well, we pulled up to this wreck, you know, and I've been catching some cobias, I've been catching some kingfish, I've been catching some kudas. I told them, hey, right when we go over this wreck, this bait is gonna get eaten by something.
Just freeze pull it down,
Yeah.
flatline it.
Yeah, but with these conditions, you know, it's tough to what we're gonna do.
Oh, there we go. That's what we want to see. You know, it was really exciting. Gone to the wreck, put the bait in, and instantly hooked up, and we're on.
You can just play them out right now. You always want to keep the rod tip bent. Never let any slack in the line.
It's kind of cool to see John hooked up. We talked up this fishing, and instantly he's on a fish.
See how when you fish with me, you get one in about the first minute.
Mate, I like it, I like it. Apart from the weather you give me at the back here.
It's just tough with the conditions we got. I mean,
What's so tough about it? Look how easy this is.
there he goes.
This guy's about 15.
Yeah, he's at least probably 15.
The first fish on this adventure, and I'm loving it.
There you go. Yeah, it'd probably be easy if you just lean up against there, John.
That's it.
And I'll just do circles around it while you fight him. All right, let him run.
That's what we want to see. Big barracuda. That's all we wanted to see.
Hey,
We just
all right.
battled. Comes up, and it was a solid barracuda at the end of the day.
There we go.
Look at this little
Careful with
baby.
those treble hooks.
Oh, look at that, John.
Nice.
You know what? For an astronaut, he did all right as a fisherman. Now, you know in Australia,
Hey!
it's a tradition that you've got to kiss the fish you catch.
Really?
No, not really, because tell you what,
I don't think I want to kiss that booger.
Look at the teeth on the
It's
damn
nice. Well, good luck to you, buddy.
Still a good fight.
Thanks for the fun.
thing. Look at, he's not real impressed with the whole thing. All right, there we go, buddy. There we go. There we go, big bad cuda. Oh,
See ya. Sayonara.
He gone.
Thanks for the first one, mate.
Bloody awesome.
Enjoyed it.
Bloody awesome. Enjoyed that.
Right.
And we caught off Melbourne
Beach.
Beach in Florida.
Right.
And you took an Aussie out as an astronaut. So you took the
Yes.
first Aussie up. This is Australia all
I
over.
love it. I love it.
It's raining right now. Here it comes.
Oh, I love it. Let's make
Come to Florida, they said. 1 minute we're catching barracuda. The next minute we are running for our lives. Oh my God, it's wet.
I don't think I'm going to be able to outrun this one.
perfect timing. I think just when we got him in the boat, it started raining, and it's
She's coming in again.
yeah, it's all up and down the east coast here.
Is this as tough as being an astronaut?
This is probably tougher.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I got more control of things when I'm flying airplanes and space shuttles. You don't have any control over the weather, that's for
Mother
sure.
Nature can put it on, like, look at this for
Oh,
weather.
I know.
I tell you what, it's fully hardcore at the moment.
I guess the best part that we can say is that it's warm rain, it's not freezing rain.
It is warm rain, but
Yeah.
let's get the hell out
Let's
of here.
go, I'm with you.
Our fishing trip was cancelled. Mission aborted. As we headed back to the boat ramp, my new astronaut mate offered to show me around the Kennedy Space Centre. Now that's an offer too good to refuse.
Well, take care, I'll see you soon.
Done.
Thank you.
I was a little bit disappointed we hadn't got something bigger and better for John, but you know what? I've come all the way here to Florida. I'm going to catch a damn fish before I go home. You know, I'm feeling bad about taking John the astronaut out yesterday. That, you know, it all looked nice, and then that storm loomed up and we got absolutely smashed. But bugger it, it's a new day and I'm going fishing for snook. So we're going to Stewart. Now that's 100 miles south, but the rumour is the snook are on, and we're talking big time. They're big fish and they're on. Now I've never caught a snook. I know they look like a barramundi and I think they act like a barramundi. Apparently they're all spawning at the moment, so it's going to be an exciting style of fishing, hopefully. How are you, mate?
Pretty good.
Fuck, I'm still struggling on the wrong side of the road stuff.
We're good to go.
So sorry for being late. I'm struggling with this.
No problems, mate.
You're learning it.
Yep, exactly.
We'll be good.
We just got to get our bait and then we go and get in position. It is Friday. It might be crowded, but you know, we got to deal with what we have.
Yeah, but that's it, isn't it?
That's fishing.
Now we're chasing snook, right?
Snook.
Snook.
It's our saltwater bass. You know, they'll hang out around structure, under docks, but they fight like crazy.
Awesome. Exciting.
You know?
I've never caught one.
Well,
I've only caught a sea trout.
That's the game plan for today.
Just want to catch one.
Yeah.
They're going to be awesome. We drive out through this inlet, which is just awesome.
We're going to go get our bait first.
And Jamie's going, oh, there'll be a few boats where we catch bait.
When it's going off right here, it's going off.
Here you go, yeah, this is the spot to be.
Going off.
You know what, I'm used to crowds. Well, what I thought was a crowd. How many boats are stuck in here? We pull up, and the boats are actually like dodgem cars. They're banging into each other.
Got to get our bait right here. Just drop right into there.
And he's going, get on the bait, get on the bait. He's sitting there for a moment going, where? This is crazy. It was absolute chaos on the water.
Right here on this side.
Oh yeah, look at it just there.
Get the bait, get the bait, get the bait.
I can't believe how many boats are stuck on them. What are these ones we're catching?
Sardines.
Oh, these are sardines, eh?
Yeah.
How many we need?
We want at least 60, 70 or more.
You know, it looked like chaos with all these boats jammed in on each other, but they were all pretty cruisy with the whole thing and they just settled and everyone caught bait. There wasn't a nasty word said amongst them. Oh, I'd be hanging to jump in, but I think it's probably a little bit dodgy. I've been a fisherman all my life, so I love catching fish, don't get me wrong. But in recent years, all I want to do is take photos of fish.
Oh, look at all the bonitas.
Fuck.
You see
Get
all
off
the
it, you
bonitas?
bastard. Yeah, bonito just tried to nail it right underneath us. I'm looking at this clean water, bait school there, there's tuna swimming around, there's cobias. I'm looking at it going, oh, I've got to get in, you know, I've got to get in this water sooner or later. I can't resist, I've got to go. Can't help myself.
No, I wouldn't do that. There's bull sharks in here. They like to eat big things.
When you look this classy, you have to strip down regularly.
Maybe Catherine will show up.
Who's Catherine?
She's a great white that's been coming up along the coast.
I think he's crazy.
Why is that?
Hey.
I know there's sharks down there.
You're filling me with confidence, but she'll
Maybe.
be right.
He's got guts, man. You know, jumping in the water with all this bait when there's sharks around and stuff.
I'm looking at this clean water. I'm looking at it going, oh, I've got to get in.
He's got guts, man. You know, jumping in the water with all this bait when there's sharks around and stuff.
There is something very special about diving in on a bait boat. Watching the bait swirl as one is almost magical, but at the same time, there is a sinister side as the predators patrol the edges. It's nature in the raw.
Here, just watch out for their line.
Try and catch him.
I caught a guy.
You caught an Aussie. G'day, mate.
It was great catching the bait, it was great getting in the water, but at the end of the day, I still wanted to catch a fish, and I wanted a decent snook. I suppose we should go and catch something real now.
Now, yeah, we need to stop wasting our time.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to rush across here to the rock bar up here. We've got a ton of bait and hopefully catch a snook. So now what's our plan? We're going to anchor up here, are we?
Yeah, we're gonna start throwing out live bait, try to catch ourselves a snook.
So apparently these snook, they're swimming up and down this rock wall.
Yeah, you'll see them all swimming right here on the bottom and stuff.
This is exciting now. What we need to do is we've got to pin these baits on.
Just be real gentle when you throw them.
These snook are sitting along the edge of the break wall and we can't lob them that far because they spook.
Just let it free line back.
Free line back, right?
And you'll feel the bite.
So we lob them out. That's a good shot. And then let them free swim into the danger zone. And I'll tell you what, it was a danger zone in there for them. Got a bite.
Oh, he's jumping on the
Nice one,
surface.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh, we got ourselves a nice snook on.
How do you fight him? So obviously he's cut back straight into the rocks there.
You want to try to stop them so they don't get on the rocks and break your line. Here
he comes right now.
He or she.
That's a bloody beautiful one. That is a beautiful fish. I'll grab the camera for you and I'll get a photo with you with that. You know, seeing one of those snook up close, turn that head towards me a little bit, that's it. They are really, really beautiful fish. Work it. They're actually really similar to a barramundi in Australia. Oh, he is so beautiful.
All right. Oh, get it. Oh, he's sucking on my thumb good.
That's it.
Look at him, just holding on to my thumb.
He's hanging on to it, that's bloody cool as.
Look at him.
That's a cool fish.
Well, the American #1 still. Aussie 0.
So I wasn't going to be outdone by the yank, I can tell you that right now. I'm going to bring out the Aussie guns. So I had a cunning plan, because I brought my own rod and reel all the way from the boys at Complete Angler in Australia. So I rigged it up straight away. All right, mate, this is Australia versus the US of A.
The US of A.
Righty-o, you're already poaching my spot. Yeah, righty-o.
Oh, snooker on top, snooker on top. Let it go back, let it go back.
Let it go back, yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
No, you just poached me, man.
I'm gonna get you. Just let it keep going.
So I've lobbed my bait right in there, open the bail, let it run out a bit. Oh, there's a bite. Yep, we're on. And the rod's just gone bang over, and I'm hooked up.
Nice job.
How good is that? And it was, you know, that moment where you're like, you bloody ripper, I'm on. Yep, we're on. So I've lobbed my bait right in there, and the rod's just gone bang over, and I'm hooked up. He just came up and nailed it.
That was sick.
You know what that is? That's 1 all, almost. It was so good to hook up, but it was even better, like you feel the weight that this is a solid fish.
That's a big fish right there.
Yeah, baby. Look at it, she's just pulling the drag
Hopefully
out.
that's one of those 18 to 20 pounders. You might have a female.
And it's, you know, pounding along.
Nice.
Yeah, baby. Oh,
That's a killer
look
fish.
at it. Oh. And then it comes up to the surface, and I've looked at it going, that looks bloody big to me.
Totally
that's a
different
good
fight.
fish, man. That is a freaking good fish. Look at
Oh
it.
yeah, that's a stud right there.
Said I wanted to catch a snook, and now I've got a big ass snook. Look at it, what a beautiful big girl. Look at that. Woo! You bloody ripper, look at it. So look, it was Yanks 1, Aussies 1, but mine was a hell of a lot bigger.
This is a good snook, especially for your first snook.
I know, that's my first one. The first one I've caught.
Killer.
And it's a bloody monster.
Put your hand in there like a bass.
Yeah, I have, aren't they?
Yeah, that's a good snook.
I'm like, yeah, that's the Aussie way. That's how we do it here. Got to get this beautiful big girl back in the water. It's such a pretty looking fish. How magic is that to get such a beautiful fish?
There you go.
There we go. Good.
There
Look
she
at
goes,
that.
right back to the school.
Mate, how good is that?
That's sick.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations.
Woohoo!
That was a good first snook.
I'm a snook master! Catching a snook was one thing. Catching a big one just topped the day off for me. It was one of those awesome experiences. This trip to Florida has been amazing. But even better, my old mate John, the astronaut, has invited me to NASA to go and check it out.
Isn't she beautiful?
It is massive.
I thought it would be very appropriate before you go back to Australia to make sure you see one of the most iconic structures in America, and that's the display of our Atlantis space shuttle.
Absolutely.
Beautiful thing. The whole stack, as you see sitting here with the shuttle on, would weigh about 5 million pounds.
It's huge, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
As soon as we walked through the doors, I was blown away.
This is it. This is the space shuttle. It's the size of a DC-9 airplane, and this was really a workhorse. It traveled 126 million miles in space.
A million miles. To go through there and see the shuttle.
Here's where we get in for launch.
Oh, wow. And to do it with John, like he actually flew one of those shuttles into space.
Al, you're sitting in the hot seat, so to speak. This is where we fly this space shuttle from for launch and re-entry.
And to go through it with him, go, this is that, this is where I sat. It was a really amazing experience. How many shuttles were there?
We built 5. We built the 5th one obviously because we lost our Space Shuttle Challenger, which was
that was on the one that when it was going up, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the one I had flown earlier, and what a sad day that was. We lost 7 people, 4 members of my class.
When John started to open up and talk about his mates that he lost on the Challenger, it was a real humbling, a real personal experience, I think, you know?
John Kennedy said it best, we don't do this because it's easy, we do it because it's hard. And
That's
space exploration is a difficult thing.
It really made me appreciate what your mates are. You know, it was a humbling experience, but it's also very valuable because you appreciate it a whole lot more. So this is the $1 million question.
Yes, it is.
What happens at the end in here?
Well, we don't call it the toilet or the loo or anything. We call it the waste management system.
It's a dunny in Australia.
Yeah, dunny. It's WMS.
I'm going to just sit
Go
on
right
it.
ahead.
I won't test it. I've got to sit on it though.
Yeah, you can hang on there so you don't float away.
Oh yeah.
And you got to lock your feet in the bottom. So that's the dunny.
That is awesome. I never thought I'd sit on a space dunny.
Yeah.
Well, John, that was absolutely amazing. I've got a whole new appreciation now. Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Good day to you.
See ya.
Thank you.
Well, I thought I had the best job in the world. But tell you what, now starting to rethink. Flying into space, that's pretty cool. But I'll settle for traveling the world and fishing with my mates any day. Especially when they're out of this world. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
How much secret stuff do you know?
Secret stuff?
Yeah. Like, is there really extraterrestrial?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
It's crazy. Should be in a psych ward.
Big seal. You seen an Aussie seal before?
It's a walrus, isn't it?
Jimmy! You caught an Aussie! G'day, mate!